It's too depressing to watch. I don't understand news junkies.
It's all sad stuff.
Here's sad stuff that you can't do anything about, and now you know it. Enjoy yourself. Try not to drink tonight.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the Comedy Show, all you cats and kids of comedy. My name is Jim, and I'm glad to see you. Coming up next, we've got something really special for you. It's Jokeworld Best of Theo Von and Bill Burr Part 1. Nurse Tabby's never even heard of Theo Von, and I think she's going to love him. She's also never really seen Bill Burr outside of his stand-up, so I'm curious to see how she's going to feel about that. In the last video, I promised every like would get Butcher an extra treat, so let's go ahead and get in some treats right now.
Special thanks to all the viewers for those likes, because Butcher's having a feast.
Wasn't that adorable? Now this is Otter. He wants some treats too. Hit that like button. All right, let's go laugh.
I didn't realize how many people, like, I grew up in a small town. Like, we just had, it was like probably maybe 70% white, 30% black, and it was pretty poor town. And I remember going to Africa. It was the first country I ever went to. And I was like, holy...
Continent. It's not a country.
Yeah. And I remember thinking, holy shit, dude, all these people are going to be in heaven. That's what I never realized. And I was like, fuck, because I'd always pictured heaven like just the people from my town were going to be there. And then I remember going to this place and being like, holy shit, man, what are we going to do now in heaven? It's going to be packed. That was my first thought.
Do you believe in heaven?
Yeah. And I thought, well, when we die, dude, it's going to be packed. And so then suddenly I had all this anxiety, I guess not anxiety, but just like, fuck, man, now I got to rethink what
Your
my
heaven?
afterlife, yeah. And so I was like, rethink my heaven.
Is there room for Africans in your afterlife?
And there's a lot of room for them. Dude. You got to see how many are coming, bro. You got to see how many are. But I think I have like a thing. Yeah, it's like I don't I have a tough time working. I just think I have a tough time working with other people sometimes. Which is one of the reasons why I got into comedy anyway. I just think.
Well, I would say get over that.
Yeah.
Get over yourself and get over that, because there's a lot of great people in this business, and you're going to miss out. And I don't know.
No,
you know what?
I
You'll
totally
say
respect that.
your loved ones will save money on the funeral costs because no one's going to go. So there's not going to be too many fucking snacks they got to put together.
I know I can put an audience in myself. I don't have to spend half the budget paying some lady to get, to guarantee a seating.
I got
and then it's
burned a
homeless
couple
people.
times on that. I got burned a couple times on that. Like they somehow figure out what your budget is.
Yeah.
You could have $8 or $80 million, and their budget's going to come in like 2 cents below. We can shoot this special for $7.99, and then they find out you have it. Not like you get $8 million, but say you had $8 million, it'd be like, we did what he wants. It's going to be $7.9999 fucking $million, and it's just like.
Yeah, they put all Egyptians in the crowd. It's weird.
It's gross. The way that it was, stand-up is such a weird thing where it's totally respected and completely disrespected. It has this thing where it's just like when you meet people who aren't comedians, so many people say, oh my God, I can't believe you got the balls to do that. I would never do that. But whenever they show a comedian, it's always the worst. Like, hey, this guy knows what I'm talking about. Like a lampshade on the head, and we're just this loud, obnoxious, on-off stage. Just, oh my God, get this guy the fuck away from me. You know what fascinates me is like basically the first 16 or 17 years of my life when I never, I took a couple sips of stole a beer there from my dad, but I never really went out and tried to get drunk until I was like 16 or 17. But I went for like a decade and a half, like I was straight edge. You know what I mean? But the thing was...
Oh, you told kids you were straight edge? You're like, I don't drink,
No, just started being a kid. It's not like your first 10 years of your life, you're like, fuck, playground, man, I need a drink. It's just not where your world is at. I'm not saying I'm never going to fucking drink again, but I had to like... I kind of just had to like step back and just be like, all right, because, the reality is I got a kid, so I just didn't want to be that. I'm like...
Yeah, you don't want to be drunk when your kid's around.
I'm like fucking Lou Grant with a bottle of whiskey in the... Remember that on Mary Tyler Moore show? She'd have a rough day and she'd come in. And
I don't remember the whole show.
I can explain it to you.
Yeah.
If I can explain it to you. This fucking guy I don't know what that is. All right.
No, I believe it.
I don't know. And the second I started to explain it, like, I don't know the whole show. All right, I get it.
I believe
That's that comic ADD. Like, I don't want to I'm not into it. I don't want to hear it. I got it. Your show. Go ahead. Continue.
I remember. All right, let's talk about old shows then.
You don't have to. It was so funny how you you bailed twice on that.
Patty Duke. What about that?
You made me feel like an asshole. Like that was the 15th time I fucking brought it up. Sorry, no Mary Tyler Moore. One of the great ensemble fucking cast of all time.
I do know she just died recently.
Yeah. I was going to bring up a more positive story about the show, but yeah, it's the second time. I bring up fucking George Michael. What was it, an AIDS event? Some sort of gay thing?
Oh, I didn't say gay, bro.
But why did you say AIDS?
Because he had AIDS, man.
No, he didn't.
Did he? Jesus Christ.
No, he
dude.
didn't.
Well, people have been saying he did.
I think you are confusing it with gay.
No, I'm not. I didn't know he was gay. I knew that apparently he got AIDS in a park. That's what I heard. And
No, he blew a guy in a porta potty and got busted for lewd activity.
Oh.
And then, he, had a little fucking, he liked getting a little buzz at the end of the fucking day, and maybe it got away from him. I think that's what happened. But, like, what I would like to focus on was how amazing his voice was and how talented he was, and I performed and stood in the same spot that this guy did.
Yeah.
That's what the point was, not what he died of.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute.
And I wish it was.
What happened in your life? Who'd you lose early on? You're really into death.
Well, no. I mean, I remember listening.
You don't want to get to know Mary Tyler Moore because you're afraid she's going to leave you too?
I remember listening to George Michael on the school bus when I would go to school. And
Okay.
I felt like, and I would always sit by
Did
myself.
you feel like you were going to catch AIDS
No.
by doing that? Some sort of airborne HIV through the fucking radio? I mean, bro, I was holding it up to my ear,
I could feel my ass.
in a roofless school bus. Whatever the windborne radio AIDS was going to get me. In Singapore Airlines, where they still have like the hot chick fucking stewardesses,
Oh, God,
which for some
Rosie.
reason that became like
We discontinued
yeah,
that,
like
man.
this asshole thing. Dude, it's the greatest thing ever.
Oh, and they all, if you watch them in the airport, they'll move like a school of fish almost.
Yeah.
They're all in a group in formation. They're all in it's like a young, beautiful military, dude.
I know, and you're just sitting there like it makes you happy to be on the airplane.
Yeah.
God forbid.
Yeah.
God forbid. And then people just sit there. Oh, she has to be beautiful. Yes, I mean that's fucking part of nature.
Yeah.
It's people are trying to act like that isn't a fucking thing. Anyway, so
Oh, nature is
I
a
had,
thing.
I had to get a work permit to go there, and then when I went there, I had to get them to sign a piece of paper so it was okay for me to leave, and I didn't like that.
Yeah.
At all.
Like
So-
almost like checking in for school or something. Like getting.
No, I had to go to like this fucking embassy thing, and they wouldn't let the promoter come in there. And I was sitting there with some chick from Afghanistan, and we're both looking at each other like, are they going to let us out of here?
One of us.
And there was like, when they do this thing where they don't, when you ask them a question, they don't nod yes or shake no. They kind of do like.
Oh yeah, they do that double up.
They do this shit.
It's like who wants to be? Yeah.
Because I was like, all right, so I got this piece of paper. I'm doing my show tonight, and then I'm going to the airport, and I'll be able to get out if I show them this. And she was just like,
Oh yeah.
Oh,
doing this. It's like, lady, I'm on the other side of the fucking globe.
Yeah.
What do you guys own me now? What's going on here? Am I in that fucking where that guy taped the drugs to him? What the fuck was that movie? I don't even know what the fuck it was.
Women in.
No, this is before you were. This is when you were real young. Midnight Express.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen.
Yeah,
that.
you guys don't know that.
With Tom Hanks.
Just file that under Mary Tyler Moore.
good guess,
Yeah.
buddy.
Oh, that's Polar Express is what I'm thinking.
I like
Yeah,
this
Polar
Theo
Express.
dude.
I've never been in a helicopter. I've been in a Black Hawk one time actually, and I was doing a show in Basra or something, and I got a blowjob on an unsecure airfield from a female, and
female.
in the middle of the night in a Black Hawk helicopter. Praise God, brother.
Well, there you go.
Praise
So yes,
God.
he's been in a helicopter.
So I have been in one, but only with a gun. Only when people had guns. Do you keep a weapon on yours or no?
On what?
In your, I don't know if you have a helicopter, if you rent a
Do I
helicopter.
really have to answer that? He knows goddamn well I don't have a weapon. Why are you doing this?
You don't? You wouldn't have a gun. I don't think it's. I don't think it's obtuse really to think you might have a weapon in there with you. Think about it.
Yeah, think about it.
Okay, all right.
You think about it.
All right, man. Just a small gun, dude. Just a handpiece.
Yeah, no.
Okay. Fine, Bill.
It's just a fucking ridiculous question.
I thought it would be.
You bringing Uzi up there when you fly? Fly is a hobby. I don't know. It's too depressing to watch. I don't understand news junkies. Like why you would fucking do that to yourself, and the fucking stories that they show. My God, it's just like I want to fucking see this.
It's all sad stuff.
Here's sad stuff that you can't do anything about, and now you know it.
Yeah.
Enjoy yourself. Try not to drink tonight.
Yeah.
Or go to McDonald's.
Don't go to McDonald's. Yeah. All right, here we go.
Let's get a lady.
This is the
here.
first person wearing a shirt, I believe.
That's our audience.
All right.
Hey Bill, hey Theo, this is Marissa from Raleigh, North Carolina. And so Bill, I heard you say on, I believe it was Joe Rogan's podcast, that you really liked the film Once Upon a Time in Hollywood and you've seen it several times. And I know Theo said that he walked out halfway through it. So I was just wondering maybe if you could talk about why you loved it so much, and Theo, why you walked out halfway through it. Anyway, gang.
Well, this is where Bill and I don't talk anymore after this.
No. If you didn't like it, you didn't like it. I absolutely fucking loved it.
I heard on your podcast you say that you loved it.
Oh my god, dude, it's the best work. Leo's. I mean, Brad Pitt's great. First time you watch it, I was just like, I want to be like Brad Pitt's the guy I want to be.
Yeah.
And then the second time I watched it, I was like, oh my god, I'm just like Leo's character. I have an emotional fucking mess. Well, I don't know what part you walked out in, but
I walked out after they went to that house for the first time, after they met the old guy, and they were in the yard, and then his car had a flat tire. And at that point, I was like, I got to get out of here. I don't know what these guys are doing. You know, I felt like it was just kind of a waste of, I don't know. I couldn't get into it, and I didn't know what was going on. And it made me feel uncomfortable. I was like, I got to get out of here. Because I started to feel like everybody knows what's going on, and I don't know what's going on, I guess.
yeah, that's for you and the
Feels
therapist.
pretty
buddy.
selfish.
That happens to you at the fucking movies. If you think the whole movie theater gives a shit about whether
No, I don't think
were you making like audible noises that you didn't? Huh? What? Oh?
Oh, my God.
That's the only way they would know.
Fuck, man. I didn't know I was so fucked up, man, until you
Yeah,
came
you
in here
do.
today.
Yeah, you do.
I really didn't.
You do.
I didn't have the insider track, man.
You do.
I really didn't, though. I really didn't, man.
Yeah. I don't get into the fucking Real Housewife aspect of sports. I don't give a fuck.
What
Right.
is the Real
About-
Housewife aspect?
Right, that's not it's not what we're there for as
I
viewers.
mean, I want
Right.
to watch the game. I don't want to sit in a fucking tailgate fucking parking lot talking to some asshole about like somebody's what the fuck. Did you see what he did in the Dairy Queen? It's like I don't give a fuck. Isn't that for the local authorities? What do I got to be some gumshoe here now? What do you think about the scandal? Yeah, it's like I'm a sports fan. I don't think. I just fucking watch this shit and react to stuff that has nothing to do with my life, and I enjoy it. I've seen
Yes.
most of his films. You ever see Founder?
Is that about the dog that dies?
Nope, that's about McDonald's.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. You saw that, right? You like that one?
So good.
There you go. You didn't walk out. You didn't feel like.
See, that
I understand fast food.
that one
I
did-
like this one. Too much talking, can't handle.
Man, it was a bummer. Some of it was a bummer, but some of it we just moved the dates, and I'll just feel better when I get there. But I was just like experiencing like a ton of stress, man, burnt out. I've been on the same tour for this hour for almost over a year now.
Dude, bands tour for like 4 years and then fucking go right back in the studio, make another one, and keep going. You got to toughen up, man.
Yeah, you're right, huh?
Yeah.
You know?
What do I
Your
do, you think?
Camouflage hat, looking like a fucking backwoods guy, all tough and shit. You can't handle doing your hour again. I mean, come on, man. Suck it up.
Fuck, man, I think I need some blood transfusions or something. I really do, bro. I don't know what happened.
No, but
to
it's
me.
not bad if there's the other side too, where you're getting run down and you don't listen to it, and then you get sick. So there's always that. Or work yourself to death, which I've seen a few people do in this business. Literally died.
Yeah.
So there's definitely, well, you're in touch with your feelings. That's good.
Yeah, man, I got too many of them. I think if you beat me open, just a lot of feelings sometimes would come out. Too many. I think somehow I got caught up in some of that feeling generation, Yeah, maybe my perspective sometimes. I think, well, one thing definitely is I've made more money even just in the past year. I finally started making money, and it's definitely
into
been
feelings
like,
and
yeah,
money.
sometimes even in the beginning, I've just even
He's
felt,
going to start yelling at himself in the mirror like Leo. And the part
bad
before you
about it.
walked out.
was it really? Did he do
Fucking
that?
piece of shit. Yeah. Oh, he yells at himself in the mirror. It's one of my favorite scenes.
Maybe I got to watch it again.
Yeah, you don't have to. I don't want to force.
Well, I'm not going to watch it because you want me to watch it, but I'll watch it maybe because maybe I did miss something, I just at a certain point, I'm just like, my favorite part of it was that Brad Pitt had a little bit of like a hitch in his walk a little bit, if you noticed that.
What about Leo with the speech impediment that only happened off? I love how you just dismissed that. Yeah. Oh my God, that's amazing. That's what's amazing about when somebody makes something, like people's reaction, like, oh my God, this is the greatest thing ever. Somebody else, hey, I fucking walked out. I get nervous. The whole movie theater was listening to my inner thoughts. They care. They care this much about me.
I don't think they care. I fucking care. In my head, I care too much.
Listen, when I put the hat on, that means I got to go.
That's fine.
I want to show you my truck. All right. So we can bond on something. We can agree. We missed the mark on Mary Tyler Moore.
Yep.
You
What
brought
about
up something.
Family Man? Have you seen that movie?
I've seen Family Guy. What about The Nice Guys? Oh, you got to see that.
Okay.
You got to see that one. That's a funny one.
I'll watch The Nice Guys.
No, I don't know. I think you're looking down. You got your
No,
jaw out. You got your jaw out. It's very confrontation. I'm feeling like you're not liking my suggestions. You just like you like the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. This guy's dead to me. He's dead to me. Just to let you know, I can't hear your inner thoughts, so don't get all fucking weirded out.
That's
walk
so
out on me.
crazy. I feel like you're in my head, man.
Super quick.
I'm just
I really
fucking around.
do.
You,
Yeah.
if you got grandfathered in and you were cool, and then once anything after that was like, no, who the fuck is this? This person needs to be terminated.
Did you ever donated sperm or anything like that when you were coming up as a comedian?
Nope, and I don't have a gun in my helicopter.
Theo Von, his first joke I heard was so funny. I love him. It's like ignorance. So if you like that, go ahead and like it. And why don't you subscribe to the comedy show?